Welcome to my living room. Today my living room is on the way home to beautiful Sonoma County, California. Hey, my own backyard in Pengrove, California. And today's going to be all about Esmeralda, our 3-year-old.
4 tomorrow.
4 tomorrow, Lusitano, filly. Hey, stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. We're going to go through like a pre-flight checklist, and we actually have a thing you check off. If this is done, if this is done, this is done, you'll be safer to ride. And so we'll share some of those pre-flight checklists with you here today in this show. I think you're going to really like what can get done. One of the biggest challenges you're going to have with this lead line is keeping that bubble. They're going to try to get too close to you. They know in their mind, smaller circle, less work. They're lazy. Horses are lazy in their nature. And so when you're making a circle too small and you push on them and they come into you too close, right there you lost your leadership. Right there, they're the leader. So that bubble concept that I have with the round pen is very consistent with the rope. And like in my travels, I watch a lot of people working on a rope. The horses are running people over. They said, I'm not running me over. Well, they're crashing into your bubble. And believe it or not, I see probably 98% of people out there doing ground school have a hard time moving their horse's front end. And here's why. Horses dominate you with the front end. So here's what I'm going to do. Can I tip her weight back? Good. See how subtle I was with that? Now, I always start off very subtle with these horses, and I'll increase my energy if necessary. So I'll always ask them. I'll go to a suggestion, then to an encouragement if necessary. But right now you can see my bubble between her. I want to ask her to back up. I'm pushing the bubble. I just popped it. I suggested. I went to a gentle encouragement right there. And so we're going to be very, very dialed in with this mare here because when she's in the nature, when she's out with other horses, they are very clear with their body language. They speak impeccably. And so when I'm holding my horses here, I don't let them touch me unless I say it's okay. Now, if you violate that principle, I don't think you're really practicing good horsemanship. If they're violating this principle right here, them kind of walking into you uninvited and running you over and stepping on you and making tracks on you, probably not really aware of why they're doing that. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm just a nice, sweet mare. Boy, I pet her. I really, really like this mare here. So here's a tip right now. Just see if I can tip her weight back. Move the front end. Because if I try to move the front end and her weight's in the front end, she can't move it. So tip the weight back. Now push that shoulder right on over. Check it out. Just push that shoulder over. Push that shoulder over. Just like that. That right there, see, look at me right here. That right there was huge. She gave me that shoulder. I went to the same posture on her left side of her body where she's going to turn into her left. I'm going to push the right side over. But I want you to see where I'm standing. I'm really going to be good about getting myself in position with these horses to make it so it's not a real big challenge for them to find the right way out. So you got to go the extra mile being a really good leader and get yourself in position. So my body language is turned off. I want to walk that shoulder over this way, pointing that way. Just tip that weight back. Now watch me push my energy, push that shoulder. Wow, it looks to me like she's yielding to my bubble right now. So far on this checklist, I'm passing the checklist. I'm moving her back. Check that one off. I'm passing the checklist. I'm moving shoulders. Okay, so let's try that again. A little review. I want myself prepared in position. I want to move the shoulders over to her right. I'm going to open the door with my left hand, close the door with my right hand. You'll see my body language kind of get in position if I need to. This would be a suggestion, and I gently close the door if necessary. Ideally, keep the stick holstered up. Otherwise, you're talking way too loud. Tip the weight back. Now walk that shoulder over, suggest, close the gate gently on her like that. So you see I had to use my gate to I use my stick like a gate and kind of close it on her. Just pet her here again with this. If you ever see me encourage her, I'll always erase this here away. Here our goal is keep our stick holstered up. Just tip her weight back. Just walk that shoulder over like that. Boy, you can see that was a nice move right there. So I want to go ahead now and have her face me. And you've seen a kind of a common tone of this presentation has been Looks like Dennis is always in position, getting prepared for her to follow his lead, because we're looking for this leadership role in our relationship. Let's get myself prepared. I want to roll her hindquarters away. Good. I want to back off her there, back her up. A little encouragement. Okay. So I'm putting some pieces of this puzzle together. So let's try this now. I want to get standing right next to her here. And this is going to be a pretty cool task for you to see this. So a little review. We've worked on tipping her weight back. Got that going pretty good. It can go better. And we got the shoulders going from left to right. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can move her hind end and make believe like her front end's like on a hula hoop. And I want to go ahead and keep his arm straight. A lot of times you try to move that rear end, they'll push that shoulder into you like this, and you may be moving the rear end, but the whole time they're pushing you with that shoulder. So hold that shoulder up, make him bend around your right arm like a tree branch. I'm going to say, now move your rear end. I suggest you move. I'm going to encourage you to move your rear end. And she got relaxed, changed my energy, and erased that. Boy, I tell you, she is beyond gentle, but if you can't move them, you're done. And they're going to take over leadership. And she may be gentle, but if you try to go over there or go over there, it's going to be not a fun deal. And so I'd rather take this opportunity to really get really clear with our communication skills. Say, I'm just asking you to move your parts. When you move your parts, like you move your rear end, you move your rear ends apart, I want to do it just with a look, ideally.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Join the No Dust Love membership today for only $20. Join Dennis Reis live online in his evening classes one night a week. Watch and learn horse training techniques live on select weekends. Chat and ask questions of Dennis in real time. Miss a class? Not a problem. All classes are recorded. You can watch anytime. Access to a huge online library. Special pricing for Reese Ranch clinics. 25% off Wrangler Western wear. 15% off all horse handling equipment. Private access to a members-only online forum. Get help and advice from Reese Ranch instructors. An educational DVD is mailed to your doorstep every single month, and you have access to our online classroom. Join today for only $20 a month. Call now, 800-732-8220, or log on to reisranch.com. That's reisranch.com. Join the No Dust Club today and receive a Dennis Reis Ultimate Horseman's Flag for free.
Hey horse lovers, you whispered and we heard you. The Dennis Reis Horseman's Flag has been improved again. Some of you said your arms were tired from hauling all that heavy fiberglass. Our new horse flags are lighter weight for easier handling and more flexible for a more refined feel, and have a light polycarbon core with a soft rubber exterior. They're still sturdy enough for a firm reinforcement when necessary, but so much more comfortable to carry. They come in 4 fabulous, fashionable colors: ruby, sapphire, onyx, and emerald. Of course, our flags still have an ergonomic grip and hook for safely untangling rope or cinching a difficult horse. Order yours today, 800-732-8220, or order online at reisranch.com. At Reese Ranch, we have the techniques, tools, and education system for you to bring out the best in your horse. You can succeed. The foundation for success is our Mentor Series Home Study program, an easy-to-follow approach to training and problem-solving. Any horse lover can follow it. When you buy the Mentor Series, you also get 1 month of online support in our No Dust Love, that's live online video education program. You'll watch Dennis live and chat with him in real time without leaving home. No time to watch online? We'll send you a monthly training DVD instead. No Dust Love members can search our online learning center for any behavior challenge, then watch as Dennis solves the same challenge gently and effectively with a variety of real horses. Our learning center has volumes of problem-solving information, all you could ever want.
Announcing year-round clinics at Reese Ranch, Pengrove, California. Ride for 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, 24 days, 60 days, or year-round. The next Reese Ranch clinic begins August 23rd and ends September 5th. Ride 1 day, 7 days, or all 14 days. Take advantage of our weekend special. Sign up for August 24th and 25th, and 2 people can ride for the price of 1. Call today for cost and information. 800-732-8220 or reisranch.com. Don't miss out. Come and see Dennis Reese live. Call or go online for no-dust tour free passes for the following locations. August 24th and 25th, Pengrove, California. September 7th and 8th, Livermore, California. And call today for our 2-for-1 special. 2 people can ride for the price of 1 at all of our no-dust tour stops. Get your free passes today. Call 800-732-8220 or go online at reisranch.com.
Welcome back to Dennis Reese, Universal Horsemanship.
Let's try that again. Hey, move the rear end. Boy, I'm going to reward that right there. Always pet her and say, look, don't be afraid of my tools. So disengaging the hindquarters, what a very, very valuable component on your pre-flight checklist. So once again, reviewing the back up, moving the shoulders, moving the hind end. Just try this now. Just go ahead and move that hind end again. Move the hind end. Move the hind end. And now move the front end. Now move the hind end. Now move the front end. Now move the hind end. Now move the front end, the hind end, and the front end. Wow. Pretty good little test right there. Where I was able to actually teach her a lateral move, a leg yield, by reviewing where we started off at. Had the back up, had the shoulders by themselves, had the rear end by itself. That time, I just combined it and got her going sideways now, which is a very, very important move in our pre-flight checklist. So right now, how would you be doing on your pre-flight checklist? You're going to have a hard time, I bet, on all of them if your horse is the leader. And we get calls all the time from all over the country of horses doing some horrific things to people that could have been avoided. In fact, if it's predictable, it's preventable. And so we're going to predict this to be a very good outcome with her because we're going to prevent her taking over leadership. We're going to have her choose us to lead her. We're going to get every part of her body so we can move every part of her body because eventually she's going to get beside herself, something's going to scare her, and we've got to go be able to diffuse her fear by being able to move her. So let's go ahead and try this again on this side. Let's move the hind end, front end, hind end, front, hind. Wow, a lateral move. I bet if I pushed a little harder, I could actually get her like going like to a trot. And so a lot of times I see horses out there doing some lateral work, and they're like just kind of walking and stumbling along. You can step it up a little bit, get a little sparkle in their movement. So there again, when you're riding these horses and they get beside themselves, scared, you've got to redirect them and go, well, move your hind end, move your front end. Don't just run off. Don't just bolt. Don't just rear. Don't flip over. Don't rear up. I want to be able to diffuse you by taking over leadership. But they get on the muscle, and they get scared and tight. They're going to take off. If you can't move those parts in the direction you want to go, you're sitting on the middle of a horse that's a coward, claustrophobic, quarter-mile row with no thought, and boy, you're in a bad spot. Let's see if we can pass our checklist in motion. Because when you're flying your airplane, you're in motion. When you're riding your horse, you're in motion. You can't go, stop here, move the hind end. No, you got to be able to move them all at once sometimes. So let's go ahead and tip the weight back. Bring that shoulder over. Good, now come around me. Now trot. And let's get a good, nice, relaxed trot here and have her stay on a balanced circle here. So you can see you can get a lot done with this halter and lead row beyond just chasing them around. You're just chasing them around. And frankly, to stop chasing them around, you're just going to make them more resistant and bothered and upset. So I got a nice trot going here. Hey, why don't I do this? Got got a nice walk, nice transition, licking and chewing. Let's do an upwards transition. I built my energy. She followed my lead right there. Let's do a downwards transition to a walk. Wow, we got some pretty good communication going with her. You can just actually think it and she'll do it. Let's try it one more time. I don't want to do it more than 3 times on each side or each move. Just trot. Look at that, boy. Just change. Stay in the picture. Stay in the movie. We're going to do it in 3s. The way you'd work a mule. Just walk her. Now we're going to go ahead and put it all together here now. Let's get ourselves prepared. Get ourselves in position on our pre-flight checklist. Let's roll the hindquarters away. And I'm going to have to tip her weight back and bring her shoulders on through all in one move. Hind end, and here comes the front end, front end. Hey, we nail a transition. Going off to the right. Let's go upwards to a trot. So far, we're passing our pre-flight checklist because I was able to go from one side to the other without losing cadence or flow or forward motion or rhythm. Through rhythm, you'll get relaxation. So let's keep her trotting this way here. So there's a lot to ground school, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't go ahead and kind of just move the hind end, move the front end, and back them up and go sideways. No, you got to put it all together or it won't work. Okay, stay on my circle. Get ourselves prepared here. Get her going forward. Okay, here we go. Let's move that hind end. Good. Tip the weight back. Bring that shoulder over. Come around me. Well, good. We made it. We made it. Nice transition. And now let's go ahead and try this move now. So I'm putting all these moves together. Let's see if we can do this move now. Hey, our leg yield. We combine that to our little repertoire of our pre-flight checklist. Let's try that again. Our leg yield. Wow, 3 steps. And it's the second time I've done that. Well, you're counting this. I'm going to do it one more time. Get her prepared. Try that left hind to the right front. Wow. Just go ahead and try the other way now. Get ourselves prepared. Notice that licking and chewing. Hey, now I'm prepared. Here's the move. Roll your hindquarters away. Tip your weight back. Walk those shoulders over. Keep your rhythm going. Come around me. Go to the right. And we're going to go ahead now and ask for a little leg yield on the right side, her right hind to the left front. There's my leg yield. Forward. And we're going to ride the right hind to the left front. Look at that. And we're going to do it one more time. Right hind to the left front. 3 steps. Just like that. And we're going to go ahead and reward her for that. And we'll stop right there. And we'll lead her up to her now. We'll lead her up to us and say, hey, we're going to pet you now because it's our idea. So you saw a little insight to a pre-flight checklist where I initially, you're all right, come up here. You're all right. Where I initially got her to just back up. Where I got her to move her front end on both sides, move the hindquarters on both sides, sideways, all by itself. And then you saw me go through my test, the pre-flight checklist. If I can put it all together with her moving, not stopping, and be articulate. Did I get the hind end? Did I get the front end? Did I go upwards and downwards in my transitions? Did I keep that rhythm and forward motion and cadence? Was she overall soft? Now check it out. What if I went to move her hind end and she got all resistant and tight and I went, oh, go move the front end now. Well, I would have rewarded her for moving the hind end in a resistant way. I'd have messed up my pre-flight checklist and I'd have taught poor behavior. So what we saw was one move to the next move, to the next move, to the next move. She had to be prepared, in balance, soft mentally, and went from one move, wax on, wax off, and all the moves had to go with a cadence and flow to pass this pre-flight checklist. So please, up your ground school, up your game. Look at our system. We have the most articulate, balanced system in the industry to help you be excellent in your ground school from the beginning to the middle, to the intermediate, to the advanced. Hey, 4 levels. By 4th level, you're going to be doing ground school with no halt and lead rope. You're going to have a true partnership. We have schools here from 1 day to 2 days to 7 days to 14 days to 24 days to a year program. Come out and ride with us, whatever you want. It's been a privilege and a pleasure being in your living room. If I don't see you in the future, we'll see you in the pasture. Hey, God bless you. We'll see you next week.
Introducing Dr. Stephen Alday, the creator of Lubricin.
Dr. Alday, can you tell me about, sore backs? This is something I'm challenged with daily, getting the right saddle fit and so forth. Can you help me on this?
Well, typically, Dennis, sore backs to me are a diagnostic challenge because what I utilize in my history is in lameness work, especially with hind ends and also utilizing the back as a tool as a diagnostic tool. Typically what we'll do is I divide the back into 3 areas. Typically right behind the withers, right here, is an area that horses will palpate sore when they essentially are displacing off their feet for a long time. And this is a really, really deep structure, a deep supportive structure, because the epaxial muscles, or the muscles in the periphery of the back, tend to be mainly supportive and not under primary contracture. So I'll palpate right here, and this mare right here is not really showing much behind her withers as far as this area where the swells of the saddle will go. Typically the lower part of the rib cage right here, the lower rib cage, and when we palpate here, tends to relate with their hocks as a rule, okay? These are just guidelines. They can be from other things too, but mainly hocks. And typically in the loin area right here will be with their stifles. And then we also utilize this part of the lower back and croup to demonstrate if their stifles are bothering them or not. And so we tend to want to use this because what it does is, as a horse will displace or basically counterbalance weight off of other areas that they're compensating for, the back ends up being the organ of their musculature, the peripheral musculature, that basically takes that compensatory problem and will demonstrate it on palpation. So sore feet typically here, hocks here, stifles here, and then basically the stifle points are here, and then we go down and look at other parts of the croup. If a horse has a whorl bone, that most definitely goes to something in the lower limb, typically hocks, or it could be from a sore ankle or a foot behind. But anything that'll make them walk off their toe will give you a trochanteric bursitis or a whorl bone. That's really, the entire circumference of what the lameness issues are with the back of a horse that I use for diagnostic purposes.
Call today to order Lubricin at wholesale prices. Limited time offer, so call 800-732-8220 or order online at reisranch.com.
Announcing year-round clinics at Reese Ranch, Pengrove, California. Ride for 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, 24 days, 60 days, or year-round. The next Reese Ranch clinic begins August 23rd and ends September 5th. Ride 1 day, 7 days, or all 14 days. Take advantage of our weekend special. Sign up for August 24th and 25th, and 2 people can ride for the price of 1. Call today for cost and information. 800-732-8220 or reisranch.com. Don't miss out. Come and see Dennis Reese live. Call or go online for no-dust tour free passes for the following locations: August 24th and 25th, Pengrove, California. September 7th and 8th, Livermore, California. And call today for our 2-for-1 special. 2 people can ride for the price of 1 at all of our no-dust tour stops. Get your free passes today. Call 800-732-8220 or go online at reisranch.com. Join the No Dust Love membership today for only $20. Join Dennis Reese live online in his evening classes 1 night a week. Watch and learn horse training techniques live on select weekends. Chat and ask questions of Dennis in real time. Miss a class? Not a problem. All classes are recorded. You can watch anytime. Access to a huge online library. Special pricing for Reese Ranch clinics. 25% off Wrangler Western wear. 15% off all horse handling equipment. Private access to a members-only online forum. Get help and advice from Reese Ranch instructors. An educational DVD is mailed to your doorstep every single month, and you have access to our online classroom. Join today for only $20 a month. Call now, 800-732-8220 or log on to reisranch.com. That's reisranch.com. Join the No Dust Club today and receive a Dennis Reese Ultimate Horseman's Flag for free.
Hi, this is Deborah Reese, and we feed all of our horses Elk Grove Milling Stable Mix feed. What makes Stable Mix the right choice? There is no corn or molasses, and it is a complete feed that's weed certified free. It includes all the necessary daily vitamins and minerals and has bran for the coat and biotin for the hoof. For more information, go to elkgrovemilling.com.